Councilwoman Lisa James.
Yes.
All right, please allow the record to reflect that Councilwoman Janie Thomas.
Yes.
All right, Councilman, is that everyone? Is that Councilman Michael Johnson?
Yes.
All right, please allow the record to reflect that Councilman Samuel Randolph is not present with us. Also, Councilman Atkins Jemison is not present with us. Is that all of the council members that are not present? All right. With that said, that motion passes with unanimous vote from all council members that are present. Also, let us remember to keep those council members that are not present with us as they have had extensive damage to their homes. Now we'll go on to our next item, and this is a question for the council. We know that we will probably meet again on tomorrow, but at this time, would any council members like to make a motion to allot a certain amount of money for the disaster for tonight? Would anyone like to make that allotment? Councilwoman Councilwoman Janie Thomas.
Can I make a recommendation that we do the $2 million for this disaster of this emergency?
Okay.
For the city of Selma.
All right. So Councilwoman Janie Thomas has recommended that we allocate from the budget surplus an allocation of $2 million for disasters with this disaster in mind. Is there a second? Is there a second?
Second.
All right, please allow the minutes to reflect that it was moved by Councilwoman Janie Thomas and properly seconded by Councilman Clay Carmichael to approve a budget amendment allocation from the surplus in the amount of $2 million for disasters. With that said, are we ready for the question? All right, we'll do a roll call vote. Council President Billy Young, yes. All right, Councilman Troy Harville.
Yes.
All right, Councilwoman Christy Thomas. All right, Councilman Clay Carmichael. Councilwoman Janie Thomas.
Yes.
Councilwoman Lisa James.
Yes.
Councilman Michael Johnson.
Yes.
Please allow the record to reflect that Councilman Samuel Randolph, Councilman Atkins Jemison, and are those the only council members that are absent?
Yes.
All right, please allow the minutes to reflect that that motion passed unanimously, that we will allocate $2 million out of the budget surplus for disaster. That's a budget amendment. All right, now, our next item on our agenda are any other emergency-related matters. We do have our mayor present, and he's going to give us a update to all the information that he has at this time. So at this time, Mayor Perkins, you have the floor, sir.
Members of the council, citizens, I did not have power outage information when we did the last public statement, but what we've determined is that at the onset of this disaster, we had 19,000 users of power were out. At this point, we still have about 10,000 that are still out. Most of our city center power is out. In addition to that, I also want to mention that I heard from Housing Authority President Kennard Randolph. They took some major hits in our public housing facilities. He is making a grab-and-go lunch available tomorrow at 10:30 at the Felix Heights Community Center there. And so he's offering first come, first serve on that. That's at 12:30, a grab-and-go lunchbox at Felix Heights for people who have lost their power, because we know a lot of people do not have power. Also want to just remind people that because we do have power out in some of the major areas, that does include some of our water system. And so we're encouraging people to just be very intentional about the use of your water. Limit that. We are not in trouble yet, but all of this is really tied to and predicated on how fast we can get the power restored. One final observation, we do have a challenge with our cell towers, and the telecommunications companies are on their way. They are being dispatched to ensure that we don't lose cell service. Right now, our cell service is on battery supply, and but we want to make sure that we can get them here in time so that we don't lose that service. Those are the things that right now I can bring you update on. If there's any additional information or questions that the council may have or citizens may have, I'll be glad to.
Would you remind the citizens when they approach a traffic light that is out
Yes, look, we do not, it's kind of obvious, we don't have traffic lights. Treat every intersection as a four-way stop. Please do that, be courteous in your driving patterns. Also, there is gonna be a drop in temperature this evening, and so we know we gotta layer up and get ready. But I am just convinced that, Selma, we are a resilient people.
Yes.
And that God is still favoring us.
Yes.
Because we had no loss of life. We did have some folks
Yes.
who incurred some significant injuries, but thank God no loss of life has been reported. We do know that we had one city employee who lost a relative at another community to this disaster. And so we want to just acknowledge and thank those communities and the agencies that are in town. I want to thank Congresswoman Terry Sewell. She is en route. She will be here on the ground tomorrow to tour and to look at the consequence of this disaster in our community. Again, thank all of the agencies that have responded, and just know that we also know that the county has a lot of damage countywide. Probate Judge Jimmy Nunn was with us earlier to acknowledge the damage that was done. Folks, one more caution for you, and that's this. As Alabama Power brings the power back on, these lines that you're seeing may be hot. They may not be hot now, but 5 minutes later they may be hot. Don't touch the power lines. Don't try to walk over or drive over power lines. Please, because we don't know when those power lines will become hot. So stay away from them. We hadn't had any loss of life yet. We don't want to lose any going forward. That's all I have, Council President. I don't know if there are any other questions. Yes, Council.
I want to make sure everybody knows that Union Street, I believe, is the only street that's going north to south between J.L. Chestnut and Dallas that's open, Union Street. So just if people need to go, that's we cleared 2 lanes on Union Street to go from J.L. Chestnut to Dallas. So that's the only street open right now.
Very good, very good.
And also, Selma High is serving as a shelter if someone needs to have someone to stay tonight.
Red Cross has opened up Selma High as a shelter for those who may have need of shelter. And so just go by Selma High School and you should be able to get accommodated there. I don't know if there's anything else. Thank you, Council, for taking the call and making this immediate